vest. That's what I'm making, my vest. So I'm gonna show y'all the fabrics I'm using. Right? There's one. Big bright orange. Get ready to cut it up now. Okay. So I'm gonna show you another one. That's number two. Ooh, like that, huh? Yeah. And this is another one right here. And each one I'm gonna have different styles. Now, also, there will be another. I'm getting my patterns together right now. So also gonna use I bought this fabric a long time ago to make these vests. I got that right there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna add the reflective tape and boom. Man, listen. Yeah, hair looking a little wild. Um, dad. It's a dad. Let me start by saying this. I was chatting with my homeboy. Let me set y'all up while I make my patterns. And woo, here wipe some of the sweat off my face. I almost dropped my thing. Listen, 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 Linda. I was chatting with my homeboy today, and um, we chatting. Now I got to scrolling on TikTok. I saw all these children. Oh, how cute! But then quickly notice it's a tragic story. I'll be making some more of these too, y'all. It's the first one I made like this, and eventually, baby, eventually. We working on it. She working on it. But I saw these children, and I'm just getting the backstory because this father, black, another black father. So far, I've heard one of the men who was father to one of the children, the 10-year-old day. This man took their lives. That father said he don't get it because he loved his children. He loved his wife. Okay, you listen to Shira 7. You listen to Queen, Priscilla, Queen Maker. Men don't love you. Do with that what you will. Feel how you feel. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm saying that's what they preach. And they do a thorough job of breaking that down. So again, do with that what you will. He loved his children. Okay. So from what I can gather, this guy, mhm, that guy who did this, hit the like, y'all. Hit the like. It's for y'all watching. Type something dumb, you're gonna get blocked. That's all it is to it. That's all there is to it. Ain't nobody paying you no attention. Those of you who come and type stupid stuff. Nobody cares. You're the one miserable. You're the one who just can't stay away from my lives. Hi, Linda. Um, so this guy had children with two different women. So far, they're not poly, and they were having children in between each other. He had three with one of the ladies. I believe that's the one he pop out in the face. One of the two ladies, he pop out in the face. And I'm not sure where he shot the other lady, but I think both of them in that hospital. He was at her house. He pow-powed her in the face, and he began to pow-pow the children. He went to the other home where the other children were, um, pow-powed that woman, but I believe her and one of the 12-year-old girl, daughter, got away, jumped the fence or something. But he chased those children down one by one, and they said he put one in their heads. One of them they found on the roof because he made it that far getting away. They said they were climbing out windows, everything to get away from their own father. Let me see what you got in here. Hmm. Yeah. Whether it's a bot or it's a person, you are obsessed with me. That kills you, don't it? I know. I know. Keep keep spending your energy. Type it in my chat. You're only helping the channel with your engagement. So thanks. That shit you typing don't bother me. I don't even know what the hell you be talking about. None of you. Back to the story, because why let it distract, right? Chase down the children on the roof. One of them was on the roof. Um, this was an interesting conference, and I just decided to share it because I'm watching, I'm listening to it as I'm making my patterns and everything. And oh, such a beautiful day outside. The weather's beautiful. Fruit trees, leaves are getting big. Um, Gotta get a watering system though, because my lime tree is like, you're never here. And look at what we're going through. So a lot of them have fallen off. I think I got one on there that's trying to make it. So I'm gonna do that research today. But in the meantime, I think I got something that'll give them a little that I can use to make and give them a little drip. I'm gonna do just a little research on that to make sure it's as accurate and adequate as it can be. And hopefully, you know, I'll show her some good love and let her know she gonna be good, even though mama's not home all the time. And next year she'll come out a little better because I gotta give it to her. Flowers all over. This was her first year bearing fruit like that. And it would have been quite a few, but it's okay. It's okay. We grow together, so it's all good. I can wait. It's well worth it. You know, I'm gonna get better. Gonna get better. Now back to the story. They're having a press conference, and I don't recall seeing one quite like this. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. They came from it wasn't like sometimes you watch the police do their press conference, and most people can't get through it. It's just standard cold, not cold as in, oh, they don't care, but it's just like, it doesn't, it's just strictly business, for the most part. And, they just state the facts and where they at so far, how much they're willing to reveal. Families usually standing there, and they just give you the play at the point in time. And they got down home and very realistic and religious, um not putting those two together, but they got very right here with it, like if you were in a black community, in a black church or something, like I was in shock listening to it. And I was thinking, I wonder if the public is going to have a problem with this, um or if they're going to feel like this is what we need to see and hear when we're having, I think I'm gonna glue this down. these type of things going on. At first, I was like, okay, one after another, you being religious, you saying this, that, and that, church, God, and stuff, and everybody don't follow and believe the same things, and some people are atheists. So, um, eh, me personally, I tend to have a problem when people are acting like what they go for, what they believe is should be the standard. Because you're not respecting that. I'm on something totally different. And some people, mainly Christians, tend to think that their way, their God, their beliefs is that's it, that's all that's it. But as I'm listening, watching this, I I'm like, you know what? It, regardless of where you fall, I think that this type of human decency is I don't know if decency the right word, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. This type of just feeling connection, trying to soothe, trying to, just be humble and loving and not so formal and everything. I think this is what people need because we're so disconnected. And um they touched a lot of important points. They did really good, in my opinion. Everybody came up here and spoke so far. They did really good. They talked about um, the many different people that this is affecting. And when you think about it, this is, they said, the biggest massacre in the nation in about 2 years. And it's by a man, and it's to his family, and it is a black man. And so far, people are saying, I don't see where this came from. He loved his family. Okay. The wife was getting a divorce. Now, from what the information I'm gathering, again, he was switching between these women and having children with them. And a child over here, child with you, child, you get a child, you get a child. And one had more than the other. Um, but it wasn't, oh, he had two with her, three with her, one with her. Then he, had those three, then came over here and did the rest. No, he was doing it in between women. So I don't know what these people had going on in their lives, but clearly it was not good. Not good, not healthy, or anything. Pictures. You can look at the pictures and you can look at the Facebook posts and all that, but we know that shit ain't a true depiction of what is going on. And when you're carelessly moving about in life like this, people are gonna get hurt. People are gonna feel disrespected. You're outside of your agreements with your partner. It, these men have all these children. Um, these men, the ones that are doing this, okay? Let's be clear. They have all these children, and then they want to take it upon themselves to be all irrational and unfair to others because of what you the whole man. You should have disciplined yourself right the first way going through this. Like, are you kidding me? And then I say unto you, I ask you this question. People say, oh, he loves family, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just pretend that that was the case. Because I don't see how there was just peace and joy when he's back and forth between two women. You know, I don't see that. I don't see that. Nobody said, oh, they were happy polygamous and blended family and everything was all Gucci King. Not, hear people saying that. So I'm sure this was outside of what these women would have preferred and desired and agreed to. And, maybe everybody was just trying to make it work. I don't know. But you can't create these type of situations and then take the cow way out in the end. What is going on with these people taking the lives of their children, their parents? 8 children. Then they got a guy who is the father of one, but they're also calling him the brother-in-law. How are you the brother-in-law? And one of those children are yours by that same woman. Excuse me. What are we saying? I don't know. People just out here creating any kind of dynamic now. and then want to be selfish when they get into overload, and they're at a point where they're like, oh, I just can't deal with it no more. How do you spend time? Mama getting pregnant, going through the pregnancy, paying all this money for whatever is needed, having a baby, taking care of the baby, put the baby in school every single day, spend time with them, everything, looking like you and everything, getting to know their personality and everything. And then you're going to turn around and take them. Listen, we got to stop with the, oh, gun violence and we need gun control. Shut your before you be get disqualified to even exist. You know what I'm saying? You can't participate in society talking like that because that's just about as dumb as when the guy say it went off. I just seen a case like that the other day. He said he shot his girlfriend. I don't know what they was going through. She accused him of cheating. And he did say something like he wanted to do something to his daughter because the way she was eating something or something, But he's with her and he's helping take care of her children. And she was a little cuckoo, you know. And he was recording her, didn't even stay with the lady, but he met her at the bank to give her some money. And she was like, you was at Dunkin' Donuts today with a girl. And he was like, get away from my car, you know, just move. You could tell he planned the shit. And she was just standing there trying to go off on the dude, worried about who he was with. Then she came lunging at him, and boom, he popped it right in her face. Okay, over with for her, over with. And he said, I don't know what happened to the police. I don't know what happened. I was standing there. I told her, blah, blah, blah. And then I went to reach for my wallet or keys or something. And then next thing you know, the gun went off. Now, guns don't go off, baby. Google it. Guns don't go off. So let's start there. All right. When that 10-year-old boy shot my niece in the head and took her life a couple of years ago, that's what the mama tried to say. Guns don't go off. Yep, they design them a little better than that, boo boo. You have to make that happen. Yep, you have to make that happen. Ain't no gun going off. Gun ain't gonna do nothing but sit there until you operate it. Okay? That's just like a car. Unless it's Waymo. Crazy ass. Or kid. Michael's kid. Why they never make Waymo like that? But anywho, that car ain't gonna move. Somebody hit somebody with a car, you be like, oh, put them in jail. They are so horrible. Why you drink and drive? You should know better. You don't say we need car control. Even with a knife. We need knife control. You don't talk like that. You say that about a gun because you're an ignorant bastard. All right? Because one thing I'm not going out without is my arsenal. Okay? Not the child. So we can do that. It's people. It's people. People. And they make decisions. Okay, I can do you something with this ruler if I so choose. Slice it all up, dice it all up, carve my name in your face. And this ruler ain't did a thing to nobody. It's just here to be a ruler. That's all. It's a tool for you to use. But what y'all don't be seeing is what happened. What happened? Because how, Sway? How how are people doing this? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hmm? What is it that people are so fragile that they're not doing well with handling life? And we can talk about different reasons that we know contribute. All right, we can do that. And I think when these things happen, we should have these conversations. We can get the details, listen to the story. But when that story is over, what do we do? Hop to the next. We just move on to the next. And you don't take the time to first of all, own up to what your responsibility is and what your part that you play in it. Okay. Because we all responsible for each other at the end of the day, ourselves and each other. And you don't try to even consider understanding what the heart of the matter is so that you can contribute to helping it get better, right? Um, you just, oh, they wrong for that. Oh, this is it. You just throw your opinion about the person and person. What if what nothing going on with him that was even his fault? What if something was making him do that? Okay, how far fetched is that? Not at all. Not at all. It is my belief that a lot of this shit, they flipping switches. And y'all scared to have that conversation. That's an important conversation to have. What is important conversation to have, bro? I'm gonna tell you that now. Very important. But let's listen to some of this because listen, they really did their thing here. And I think at the end of it all, even one of the lady, the black lady, I ain't seen her speak in this one yet, but I saw a short. I don't know if she's the mayor or what, but she was crying and I was like, okay, okay. Like say good morning to everyone. I am gonna turn the camera around. It's pretty light because I got everything wide open. Ministers Fellowship Shreveport, we're gonna ask him to come and offer a word. Accident. What video was that? I guess we can get to the just to bring the story a little bit, just get the basics of what happened for anybody who didn't hear about it, and then get back to that. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Mm. We began with a community grieving after a mass neighbor when she come out that damn door. 8 were killed, all of them children. The gunman also dead. Police say the attacks happened at 2 homes. CBS's Jason Allen is there for us tonight with the details. Jason. Sharika, good evening. People are still filling the Shreveport neighborhood tonight, emotional and upset over this shooting that happened both at this house behind me. Told me in the last hour it was a survivor of the shooting who escaped and called them to tell them about it just after 6 o'clock this morning. When police got here, they found 10 people had been shot. 8 of them had been killed, and as you mentioned, all 8 of those were children. Police also confirming for me that at least 7 of those 8 children were the children of the shooter, who they identified as Shamar Elkins. After the shooting, police say that Elkins carjacked someone just down the street. Right. They say he produced a handgun and police officers shot him there at the scene. Louisiana State Police tonight are also involved in this investigation. Don't even look at me wrong. Don't do that. Worst situation we've ever had. I don't know what people think in the crevices of their mind. Yeah, that's her. Let me turn y'all around. The light too. Stinking ass. She the light, sucker. Hmm? Hit that motherfucking light. History, Eureka, they said there is nothing that would explain. When I hit the block, I see. Yeah, you never be the same, G. Now to the disturbing shooting in Louisiana. Father killing 8 young children, most of them his own, and a community left devastated. NBC's Ryan Chandler is there with new details about the shooter. New details on gunman Shamar Elkins. It's funny looking song. His children and their cousin. The shooter's brother-in-law, Troy Brown, shocked. Telling NBC News, 31-year-old Elkins recently sought mental health treatment through Veterans Affairs. He stayed there a week and a half and came home. He was happy.
Elkins left the Louisiana Army National Guard in 2020 after they say he served for 7 years as a private.
A private facility. Oh, child, stop. Stop. They knew something was wrong when they turned him loose.
And inside this home early Sunday, the kids, all between 3 and 11 years old. Authorities say the gunman also shot his wife and a woman believed to be his girlfriend before he fled in a stolen car.
I seen the girl.
Officers called to him and exchanged gunfire. He was later pronounced dead. What is it like to return to this scene today?
It's just unreal. I can't believe it. It is tragic what is going on, and this has affected everyone.
I grew up in the projects. Keisha West Bottoms abandoned. When the city needed her, she let Atlanta burn. It's not complicated. If cops pull you over, cooperate. If they ask questions, tell the truth.
Shut your ass up. Don't get me started. You cooperate, bitch. All right.
So here in Georgia, we're going to respect the police and enforce.
Respect these nuts.
Right, so there you are looking at the scene. Investigators and police are still at the scene of one of the residents
Fuck you.
that were involved in a mass shooting of some sort. At about 6 o'clock this morning, they are saying 8 children from ages 1 to 14 were shot and killed down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. The man responsible for this is alleged to have ran away, hijacked the vehicle, and then was later shot by police. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praise is due to the Most.
Oh, my bad. He don't know what the hell happened. My bad. I ain't mean to put him on because this motherfucker here, he don't even know what the hell went on. So which one we looking at? This one?
It's an indication.
Yeah, let me start over because this the one. Yeah, that dude there, he don't even got the fact. He don't even know. He just, doing like other people just running that shit. And then gonna say what he think happened. Speed this up a little bit. How you gonna make them talk right now? Shut man. Get on with yours.
Fellowship of Shreveport, we're going to ask him to come and offer a word of prayer.
I'm gonna skip past that because I don't got nothing to do with other people's prayers. Yeah. We're gonna skip past that a little bit.
Today we pause to honor the lives that were lost and the families of every children. Today we remember Jalen Elkins, age 3, Shayla Elkins, age 5, Kayla Pugh, age 6, Delaney Pugh, age 7, Michaela Pugh, age 10, Soraya Snow, age 11, Bedunton Snow, age 6, Braylon Snow, age 5, and to all of their families. So before I go on, will you just pause for a minute?
So do any of them have his last name? It's a damn shame. This is raggedy.
Elkins family, the Pugh family, the Snow family, we're facing.
Having children between 2 women.
Also mindful of our survivors, including 2 women, a 13-year-old child. We ask that you would keep them in your prayers, and as they continue to recover from their injuries, uncertain times ahead. And to stand with those who are grieving. We recognize pain felt across our city. We share that sorrow. We want to acknowledge the leadership standing with us today. Mayor Tom Marciano, Chief Wayne Smith, Sheriff Whitehorn, Marsha Jefferson, Carroll School Superintendent Keith Burton, all the members of the City Council, Councilman Gary Brooks, Councilman Grayson Boucher, Councilman Ursula Bolden, Councilwoman Chair Tabitha Taylor, Councilman Jim Teleferro. This has deeply impacted our families and in our communities. We recognize the grief. We don't
Y'all
apologize
just need to stop holding each other accountable.
for them because this is something that will affect them for the rest of their lives. So we pause and say to them, thank you. Would you be kind enough to give them a brave big hand? During our partners all across the city and parish, we're grateful for those responders who responded quickly. Again, here we stand with the community. At this time, I want to give some points as to how to cope with situations and giving condolences to all that have been affected. There's an initial shock, which is common. People often feel numb, disbelief right after a tragedy. And being connected to this district for just about 16 years, it is what I would consider a gut wrenching situation. It takes the wind out of your sail. Emotions can be overwhelming. Grief, anger, confusion, sadness may come, it may go in waves. Support is very important. We thank all of the agencies that showed up on yesterday and is showing up on today.
Hit the like. Hit the like. Hit the motherfucking like.
When life takes an unexpected turn, the goal isn't to fix everything right away. It is to steady yourself enough to, to become grounded. How do we deal with unexpected tragedies, events? Give yourself room to react. You might feel stress, and it's okay. You might feel angry, it's okay. Certainly, to have a loss, you will feel the pain, but it's okay. Because today, if we put God first, it will make a difference in our lives. Sometimes it takes time to adjust, but if we trust God, we'll make it. We got to lean on people. We got to lean on resources. At this moment, I might be strong, and the next moment, I might be weak. But we got to be able to say to somebody, is it okay if I lean on you? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we focus on what we cannot control. There comes a time that we have to put it all in the Lord's hand. Mm-hmm. Trusting God in the time of crisis. Crisis has ways of shaking everything about us. Our plans, our peace, even our faith. It can come suddenly, bad news, loss, uncertainty, pressures we don't even see coming. The real question is not whether or not crisis will come, but the real question is how will we respond to the crisis? Take your crisis to God first. Acknowledge who He is. Ask God for specific help. Leave the outcome into the hands of God. Do what you can, but release what you cannot handle. Stop trying to focus on outcome. Rest in God's ability to handle what you cannot. Don't panic, pray. Don't focus on fear, focus on God. Don't hold on. Release it and put it into the hands of the Lord. And He will make a difference in your life. That's what the Word of God has said. If this earthly house, this tabernacle be dissolved, I believe in my heart that these that died on yesterday are in the presence of the Lord.
Okay, that's what you believe.
That all things work together for the good. We know it. We believe it. Because
and I just think I think some of this is good. Some of this kind of talk is good because people, just need, some kind of pep talk or whatever. But don't go too far with it because what you believe is what you believe. Everybody don't subscribe to that, and sometimes you could piss people off talking like that at this time because people, if you don't even believe that shit in the first place, like just cause man, y'all be saying stuff I think to make you feel good. I believe they're in the presence of God. You don't know that shit. That's just something y'all want to believe. These children, we know that they were here. This was their shot on this planet in this lifetime that they had. And who knows if there is any more after that or whatever after that. We know that somebody took them. That's what we know. Then you come with your fairy tale beliefs and shit. And you don't care about how that affect people. You don't even believe that. Like, cut it out. Don't go so far with it. Y'all gotta chill out with that religion.
Tragic, but it's going to bring us together for the good, and we'll be able to give God the glory after it's all over. So at this point in time, we're going to ask that
Some people might think I don't need no glory. Shit.
come with the tail. Thank you, Pastor. We stand in difficult times. One of the things that I think is most important is that if you are experiencing
Wants to give God the glory. It's children that got killed.
seek the resources to escape. The biggest lesson that we have is that we must protect those who cannot protect themselves. There are resources available. Take advantage of those resources. We mourn for these children. We mourn for the women who are recovering, we hope. We pray for their recovery and healing. And we ask that the community draw together to give support to these families and these victims.
On this morning, Satonis Moses was an advocate in the city of area. The opportunity to go and speak with some of the family members of the victims that we lost on yesterday. And the family wanted us to express to you all to allow them to grieve and to go through this process.
Who gonna stop
It's not
them?
a process. It's easy for them by any means. They want you to allow the Shreveport Police Department to do their job.
Who gonna stop them?
So we want you to continue to
You mean no talk about it?
for their families.
Is that what she trying to say?
7
We're not gonna talk about it.
took their lives, and one did not. And they wanted to make sure that you all had correct and precise information.
You go up and see the girl?
Difficult process.
What you think about the play?
What they are trying to do is to wrap their mind around what has occurred in their family. How do they navigate?
Who, that lady
this?
there?
So it's that you can do for them right now is to keep
They
them
mostly, I believe it.
say keep them the priority and respect their wishes. Respect their wishes as their loved ones go through surgery.
Oh, like don't contact them. Okay.
If they're in a dark place because they
Yeah, people shouldn't do that.
Leave the social media chatter.
Oh, girl, bye. You gonna stop me from talking about shit on social media.
The best thing that you can do for them is to allow them to navigate.
Yeah, like Keisha Lance body. You ain't nobody mama.
At that point, as we respect their wishes, as they plan for the burial of the children and the grandchildren, I want you to think about the mothers that are the survivors, because there are 3 mothers at this point. One is in surgery at this time that are going to be faced with immense pain. That's going to need all of us, the community long-term counseling,
See,
the father that is left here.
3 mothers, 8 children. That's deep.
Because it's people first.
And he took them out.
Not just the ones. It's not posted first. Sure, it's them. It's all about them.
All right, lady.
As a nation in this country, and for all of the accolades that we have received here, the prayers of support from Canada, from Belgium, and I want you to understand that domestic violence is nobody's joke. It is real, and these are the residual effects of what
That's
happened.
unnecessary. She ain't gonna stop. It's gonna be people who gonna say they deserve it. You know, you ain't gonna stop people from saying what they gonna say about that. That's just performative.
Because we are faced with a devastating tragedy in this city at this point in time. And we don't have all of the answers, but you can rest assured that the work that we started will continue. And we will
Like,
fight.
who you yelling at? Like, who you mad at right now?
I am asking all of you to keep them lifted. To keep them lifted and pray for them like you've never prayed.
That's not even something you gotta tell people. The ones you talking to, they not trying to hear you. So it's just performative. Shut up.
Nation,
Your voice get on my nerves.
and we'll do it again.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to call the chairman of public safety, Councilman Grayson Butcher.
Y'all just on here getting y'all 15 minutes. Play with it. Play with it.
Just this week, when the Southern Reeboks took effect here in Georgia. Let's dive into something more interesting.
Yeah, but that's and you know the politicians ain't shit. You know they ain't shit.
Ranger.
She doing all that extra shit. You can't tell. It's all kind of people out here. You gonna have people that come on and say, hey, 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 hey. Don't nobody like that, but you ain't gonna stop people from doing it. You gonna have people that say he should have did it. If he calling out, don't leave your children here for us to take care of. You gonna have people that say all kind of shit. You can't stop that. Preaching at somebody like you, they mama, that shit ain't gonna make nobody. Oh, okay. I'm gonna listen to it.
Because so many times in our society today, we stop at neighborhood boundaries, we stop at city boundaries, we stop at parish boundaries. Oh, that's not my neighborhood. Why should I care? This impacts our entire community. These children, just think of the trickle down effect for the small kids that were looking forward to seeing their friend come to school today and having to learn that their child had passed away. That their best friend.
I like that they touch these angles because check this out. Will some baby hear that and be like, dang, I hope my dad don't do that one day. You know, children don't understand. They don't know.
So, please pray for this man.
That's scary.
Continue to pray for this man.
Her daddy did it? Do dads do this? Isn't that what Athena said? Are you kidnapped?
Yes. It's more like I know more than you do about the situation. And what's so unfortunate
Are
about
you
it
gonna
is
hurt me?
from 4 different jurisdictions are working 3 different scenes. There is no way that anyone can have information 100% until these officers finish their investigation. So please, to the citizens of Shreveport, regardless of what neighborhood you live in, from MLK to Southern Trace to
They gonna speculate, yeah. People speculate.
information is floating
Act like they know the truth and all that.
in the city of Shreveport. We have a true epidemic of domestic violence, and that is something that should be a top priority of the city's administration, the city council, and law enforcement. There are all kinds of avenues that people can reach out to. If you have an issue and you feel unsafe, don't stay in that situation. Sheriff Whitehorn just opened up a domestic violence center. His department as well.
I hope y'all truly do provide help for people.
Staff. If you feel like that you're in danger or your family members are in danger, reach out to them. There are also nonprofits like Project Celebration.
Police be like, we don't babysit you, clean you up.
You're a teenager, you feel uncomfortable.
You got a restraining order. That's all you can do. That's what we can do till he actually does something.
It's heartbreaking. In my 8 years of being on the city council, in my 24 years,
Feel like they don't got things. There's nothing else they can do. They stay.
I would say, please lift up in prayer the first responders. I can tell you.
What if we don't pray, son? Huh? What if people don't pray?
And probably go home and hug
Is
their
there other
babies.
ways they can lift them up?
Stay with them forever. So please, let's come together as a community. Let's come together as a nation, and let's pray for this family. Pray for our city. Pray for our
How you gonna
state.
tell people to pray? That's weird.
State Senator Sam Jenkins will come and see County Representative Phelps. Was she here? And thank you, Reverend Green, for including the state in this conference this morning. It is a tragic situation. It is getting statewide attention. I've heard from people all over the state that are sending condolences to the family and expressing concern for Shreveport and for our community. I have had conversations with the governor. He's very concerned. I think you'll be hearing more from him as the day goes on. I want to take this opportunity to say how important it is not to forget what happened on yesterday, but to react to it in a way that will help us address domestic violence. In the legislature, we're passing bills every session to try to strengthen our laws on domestic violence. But this is becoming a matter where women resources, manpower, woman power, talents at every level. At the root of regulations, social concerns, behavior, and mental concerns that need to be addressed. I applaud Sheriff White
It's the most segregated city in America.
advocates that have said there's time
What? Segregated by what?
black out here drinking.
I don't think he's saying black and white. Is it something segregated by class, neighborhood, parish? Because I heard that goes on a lot there.
Consistent tracking municipal violence, addressing it, and
I need
intervening.
my other scissors.
You as a community,
I have no idea.
say something sensitive. That does not mean you're getting anybody in trouble. It means you are snapping trouble from people. So please vote as a community. Thank you, Reverend Green, for this opportunity to make these expressions this morning. I know that
Can you get democracy?
it's based here on compromise to address the family, to address the community. This is where some of the this time we'll have Chief Wayne Smith. After Chief Wayne Smith will be Sheriff Whitehorn. After Sheriff Whitehorn will be Marshal James Jefferson. After Marshal comes the Superintendent Keith Burton.
They doing a whole eulogy type thing. They covering all the bases. That's what need to be talked about instead of just giving like details of what happened.
My deepest condolences goes out to the families, to everyone that's involved with this particular
Just
incident.
trying to get somebody a baseline, like a baseline of how to even begin to cope and process and how to aid each other in doing so instead of having them stuck in a psychological trance, crisis after crisis, and you just can't even begin. But life is supposed to keep ticking as usual. So I just this approach here, I think is very necessary without all the extra religious stuff. I mean, Jesus, you can do a little something, something, but just not too much, man. Not too much. Because just because you rock like that, it's so many people here listening to this. Like everybody ain't with the same things you are just because you think your shit is right. Or because that's the Americans bullshit ass, fake ass standard. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Being a first responder and being a true public servant, we are truly a team, and all of us work together for the good of our community. November 19th, early morning of that day, will go down in history, written in the pages of history, as one of the worst days that could have ever happened here in Shreveport. About 5:55 a.m. on Sunday morning, Shreveport police received the first call regarding a disturbance at a resident in the 300 block of West 79th Street. The caller stated that they were on top of a house. The suspect was inside and that a male had been shot. 3 minutes later at 5:58, dispatch received an additional call indicating the suspect was a relative of the caller. A minute later, 5:59 a.m., dispatch was advised that approximately 9 individuals resided at the location. The caller further stated that the suspect, identified as Shamar Elkins, had shot everyone inside the home. At 6:00 a.m., 1 minute later,
People was real about all that religious stuff. God and pray and all that shit they talking right now. They be doing shit about the shit that ain't right that's happening out here. And they cut out the bullshit they doing themselves. It's informative.
At 6:05, approximately, officers requested the Shreveport Fire Department to stage at a nearby location close to Linwood. 6:07 a.m., a second call was received regarding a shooting in the 500 block of Harrison Street. The caller stated that her boyfriend had shot her, taken her 3 children, and fled the scene. 6:08 a.m., the victim identified the suspect as Shamar Evans. At 6:10, dispatch linked the Harrison Street shooting with the shooting on West 79th Street and that they all were related. At 6:15, officers received information that the suspect had carjacked a red Kia Sportage at West 79th, closest to Linwood. At 6:17 a.m., our traffic addicts out on random patrol encountered or observed that particular vehicle traveling southbound on Interstate 49. The officers advised at 6:18 that they were crossing the Red River Bridge into Bossier City. At 6:20, officers received information that the children taken from the Harrison Street residence may be inside of the fleeing vehicle. 6:23 a.m., officers advised that they were exiting
Camera.
6:25 a.m. approximately, officers located the injured victims from the Harrison Street shooting. 6:29 a.m., officers made contact with the suspect through an exchange of gunfire. At 6:30 a.m., officers confirmed contact with the suspect in the 400 block of
I know they
Brooklyn.
were happy to get rid of him.
6:40 a.m., the suspect vehicle was empty and no children were located inside. 6:43 a.m., officers cleared the resident of West 79th Street where multiple deceased victims were located. 7:03 a.m., Shamar Elkins was pronounced deceased at the scene on Brockton Lane.
I wonder how many bullet holes he got in him.
The Chico Police Department contacted the Louisiana State Police.
I know they lit him up.
To the Bossier City address, which began to investigate the officer involved shooting. This was probably one of the most challenging incidents that SPD has ever faced. Within the immediate short period after the first call that came into SPD,
His uniform sharp.
we were working 5 different crime scenes. I can't let the SPD
I know they mad it was a brother, you know.
throughout this entire event, staying strong, staying poised, doing what they were trying to do.
Like, okay.
I'm so proud, and I thank all of my community team members, the Calipari Sheriff Department. Immediately I received a call from the Calipari Sheriff Department, actually, what resources we need, what can we do to help? That's what we do. I immediately received a call from our city marshal's office, James Jefferson, that said the same thing. We're here, what do we need to do to help? Louisiana State Police, I can't thank all of you gentlemen so much for being there for us. I even received call from the director of the FBI, from the director of the ATF, ready to deploy resources to assist.
That's good.
In the times to come, we will be offering peer assistance, counseling, and whatever is needed to our first responders that responded to that scene.
That's real good.
We were there in the scene, our crime scene investigators, and the list just goes on and on and on. Throughout an event of this nature, we redeploy resources from anywhere in town to neutralize the threat and make the area safe. And those are the prime time when our team members come in to assist us keeping our city safe in other areas. I can't thank you guys so much for all that we do. But the investigation has not concluded. There are still bits and pieces coming in to put this bizarre puzzle together. So bear with us in due time, and more information will be coming forth as new information is in.
This is Mike Costello of the Mike Costello Law Firm. If you've been injured during a car wreck, you're only going to get one.
Are you getting less than $3,340 in Social Security and you're a senior on Medicare?
Also want to thank Councilman Green for his trustee for suggesting.
Shout out to all of them.
This is to announce the opening of the Carroll Sheriff's Office domestic violence unit. That announcement was a step forward in protecting
They
victims.
up here handling their business. Professional. Right on point.
Our community will be shaken by the most heartbreaking tragedies that we have ever witnessed. 8 innocent children losing their lives as a result of domestic violence. There are no words that can fully capture the depth of this loss. No words that can ease the pain, the families of the families who are grieving. No words that can explain the weight of 8 young lives taken far too soon. To the family affected, our hearts are with you. Our prayers are with you. And our commitment to you is unwavering. Your children mattered.
Yes. Amen.
But today I must speak to the leaders of this community, to the elected officials, to our faith leaders, service providers, law enforcement, educators, and every person who's influence in this parish. And I ask you a question that we can no longer avoid. How much are the lives of these victims worth?
Mm.
Well, the truth is this. Domestic violence is not a private issue. It's not a family issue. It is a community issue.
Yep.
And we fail to respond in a coordinated, consistent, and compassionate way. People die. This tragedy is a painful reminder that we cannot afford to work in silos. We cannot afford to wait until the next crisis.
Okay.
We cannot afford to treat domestic violence as an afterthought.
Okay.
We must ensure that every victim, every mother, every father, every child has access to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Excellence.
Hear them. Help them.
Calling on every leader in this parish to join us in building a fully coordinated, community-wide response to domestic violence. A response where law enforcement, social workers, social services, and the courts
Should have been had that.
faith communities stand as safe havens and advocates. Schools recognize warning signs and know where to turn. Hospitals and mental health providers are fully integrated into the system. Offenders are held accountable and monitored.
This is something that had been existed since the beginning. They should have been had that shit in place.
This is the responsibility of one agency. This is not the responsibility of one department.
Everybody. Every city.
We owe it to every victim who is suffering in silence right now. And we owe it to the future of this community. Let their memory be a turning point. Let their lives be the reason we refuse to go back to business as usual. Let this tragedy move us from conversation to coordination.
Come on now. Come on.
To prevention. Because the lives of these victims, their work is immeasurable. And our response must reflect that truth.
Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Thank you, Councilman Green. A lot of times, when you're lost for words, the only thing you can do is know that God is able. The Church of St. Marshall extends our deepest condolences to the families, loved ones of the children of the tragedy lost their lives in a devastating domestic violence incident. This is heartbreaking. This loss has shaken our entire community. Our thoughts and prayers are with those who are affected during this unimaginable time of grief. No words can fully express the sorrow of these young lives taken too soon. We also lift up the prayers of all law enforcement and fire officials who responded and had to endure such tragic and heartbreaking scene.
Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
Tragedy to seek support. No one should have to endure this pain alone. Now more than ever, let's say it again. Now more than ever, we must stand together. Check on one another. Be present in our children's lives. Speak life over them.
Most important, protect them. Cover our families in prayer and love. The Bible says there's a time, place, and season for everything. On yesterday,
Okay, I read the Bhagavad Gita. What does that say? You see, I mean,
getting ready to go to church, not to have something like this to rock our community. We must stand together and fight this fight as one team. When we stand together, we can make a difference in someone's life. May God bless the city and Shreveport, and may God bless the families that are sick.
what does Quran say?
Mayor, sheriff, marshal, city council members, everyone present
It's the Bible, because y'all say something.
today to wrap arms around this district and around this community. It's a reality in 2026 that school districts must be prepared for active shooters. It's just a reality. Unfortunately, we're never prepared when one of those active shooters is a family member and it happens outside at the cheese. I wanted to let you know that my staff and I have visited both of the schools where those children attended. We have checked on those teachers. We have sent numerous counselors and mentors and also provided safe places at those schools where a child, as a matter of fact, just this morning I saw a classmate in one of the kindergartners just walking silently down the hall. And as she walked into that calming room, that counseling, that place of safety, she spoke to no one. She just put her head on the shoulder of one of those counselors and just cried. Also, want to tell you the story of a principal that I talked to on the way to school this morning as she was getting ready to speak to all the staff to support the students. And she said, Mr. Burton, one of the things that's important, and I want everybody to know, is one of those 6-year-olds, he just celebrated last week. Matter of fact, he had taken his DIBELS test that was testing his literacy rates. And when he first tested at the beginning of the year, he was well below basic. And just last week, I had the opportunity to celebrate him because he had met his big SMART goals. And last week, he was celebrated. I think it's naive for us to think that anyone that's experiencing domestic violence is going to drive to a facility and get hit. We all know of the kids. We all know of the neighbors. We all know of the community members out there who we know are experiencing this type of violence. Let's not let this day end without us being active and promoting getting them support. We will continue to support that we provided this morning, and thank you all. And I'm joining all of the area leaders in wrapping arms around this community, and we will continue to do that. Thank you.
Welcome to the AJV. Immigration this year.
We just found your next favorite date night spot.
Yeah.
Write your favorite fruit symbols playing Georgia Wildstar Multiple. Your chance to win up to $300,000 instantly. Go to playdigi.com to play with 100 digi games all from the Georgia.
I felt alone for a long time. I remember going home and praying for it to go away, not thinking there was something wrong with me. I go into a lot of things thinking it's not going to work, and
Thank you, all of our partners, and all of you that are here, media partners as well. We continue to keep those who this has impacted the center of our thoughts and our prayers. As a community, we must remain focused on supporting one another and lifting up those who are hurting. The community faces great challenges, but I believe that we can make it. We will not allow this to define who we are, nor who we see. Sometimes in life, we have to ask the question, who comforts the comforter in times like these? And so I'd like to leave with you all. If this situation was at a ceremony at church, one would ask me the question, Pastor, how do you handle that? No, I don't have all the answers, but I do have 3 things that we could do. Number 1, we love them. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. After we loved them, we loosed them. Because when this earthly house or this tabernacle be dissolved, we have no bill. The building was not made with hands. We love them, loosed them, and lastly, we lean on Jesus. And we'll close this out. But what you just tell somebody, lean on Jesus. How we lean on Jesus is because we testify to the fact that the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Again, we'd like to thank all of you for coming. We're going to ask that my friend and brother, Dr. Jerome Fox, will come and offer a closing word of prayer. And again, thank you all for coming. On this evening at 6 o'clock, there will be a prayer visual at the location that's Glenwood and 79th, and also on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, there will be video there at the same place. The members of the family here, are they still here? Did they leave? No. Okay. We ask that you just continue to pray for them. At this time, Dr. Cox will give us our closing prayer.
Thank you, Pastor Green. Let us pray. Father, we recognize what the word tragedy means.
Questions and answers at this particular time. Yes, sir. Chief Smith.
I would have to say to some degree, yes. All evidence and indications are that this erupted as a domestic dispute in that direction. And
No,
this
it erupted long before that. Not gonna murk everybody because y'all had an argument.
and eventually leads up to maybe some of the violence that we saw this past weekend. So it's been said quite a bit throughout the day. Help is available for everyone. If you see something, say something. We're not sure there was a change of gunfire. It has not been determined yet what was the exact cause of death. Louisiana State Police is investigating that, and I would have to defer all questions concerning that portion of this incident to them. Yes. Yes.
That's what y'all need to be talking to the media. Look at them. They be right there. Give me all the information.
Information about what exactly occurred. Yes. I don't want to talk too much about the investigation because
And they know this. It's redundant. They gotta say this every time. It's ridiculous. And old girl talking about people on social media. You better talk to them. Y'all invite them there so they can ask you all the most questions that you can't get information for.
possible about Mr. Elkins' past.
They want the whole case right there. Look at them. Look at them. Just give it up. Give me the whole case.
They are working on to confirm where the weapon came from, its origin, and its chain throughout its life, how it got to where it was. My investigators advised me this morning that both are still with us. No one has passed. One that was shot multiple times is a lot more critical than the other one, but both are still in the hospital in recovery. And at some point, there's a lot more interaction between us and them when they get healthy enough to do so. Can you elaborate on this is Jonathan?
Like what happened? What happened to what happened to this dude? People don't just do that.
And they both were in stable condition. What can you find him to be? It appeared to be an assault pistol. What caliber, I'm not completely sure, but it was an assault style weapon. I'm not sure. We have some theories or possibilities. But that would be the New York State Police investigation to
Right.
try to.
Man, just don't let the media come. I'm so over it. Shit is annoying as hell.
I cannot confirm it at this point. I have heard that also, but my team has not positively confirmed that as of now. I did not know. I was just advised that he did appear in the system. I don't know when afterwards. It is our understanding at this point, and certain other information have to be confirmed, that there was or still was a relationship between him and both parties.
They just want them to tell them everything. That shit be so annoying. Okay, I'm past it. What else we got on this? Cause shit, fucking media and shit. All right, twisted crimes. This is gonna be annoying. Oh, ugh. Hmm.
This story captures the tragedy that happened in Shreveport, Louisiana, after a man named Shamar Elkins, who was seeing demons, decided to kill young people who expected love and affection from him. Shamar shot 8 kids, 7 of whom were his, and also shot his wife for reason known to him in the dark world where he belongs. Everything seemed nice and great few hours before the incident, but unfortunately, his brothers in the dark world called upon him to act, and he went after his own wife and kids, killing them in cold blood.
Can confirm the suspect in these 8 homicides is Shamar Elkins. He is believed to be the man responsible for this heinous act. I can tell you that 7 of the 8 children were killed are believed to be his children. We are still working to determine the complete motive and understanding as to why this happened, but it is domestic in nature. The mother of the children was also shot and very seriously recently. We are hopeful she will recover. There's another female that was in this residence that has life-threatening injuries. We are hopeful that she will.
Apart from him being having issues with drugs and the demonic word, let's find out what really led to this crazy crime. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. The place where this happened was Shreveport, Louisiana, a city known for its neighborhoods, families, and everyday life. Like many cities, it has its share of crime, but nothing prepares a community for something this personal, this close to home. Because this was not random violence. Shaniqua Elkins was a happy woman who loved her life. She met Shamar Elkins and they kicked it. They eventually decided to get married, which she was ecstatic about, not knowing that would be the one single worst decision of her life. She even posted online saying, "We finally got married. I got married on my birthday." She was happy and looking forward to a great future, not knowing she was heading to hell with this man who had a room there. A year into this relationship, she was happy and posted a message that read, "Happy first anniversary to us. I thank you for everything that you did for me today. I enjoyed every moment of it." Shamar Elkins, 10 long years and 4 beautiful girls. What a time we had. Shamar appeared like a great father. He posted kids with their pictures, which reads, "Happy Easter. Had a wonderful time at church for the first time with all my kids. What a blessed day." People believed he was a great father, but unfortunately, they did not know he lived on 2 planets, Earth and another one filled with demons 2 light years away. The kids were always happy. They were joyful and always bubbling.
Bitch, I'm Smith is what you know about me. Injures.
Shamar was
I can't believe this.
was constantly seeing demons from his second home and was not functioning properly regularly.
Did he say his second home?
It's also indicated that
What?
they were going through a
Twisted
separation.
Crimes is trippy.
What once was a family had turned into a situation filled with stress,
Twisted Crimes snap.
issues. Shaniqua, from what has been shared, was trying to move forward, trying to navigate life as things between them fell apart.
But the situation inside the home had already reached a point where something serious was building. She asked for divorce, but our beloved Shamar could not handle it, especially when he locks in with his favorite snack called crack. Was thinking straight. He even posts on social media and the messages reads, LOL. Took my oldest on a little one on one date. Had to catch her down bad. Well, that was the last good thing he will do. According to police, the situation started with
Glad I clicked on. I didn't have to watch this.
Shamar shot her in the face. Somehow, she survived. But what happened next is what shocked everyone. Instead of stopping, the violence continued. Shamar went after the children. Authorities say he moved through 2 different homes, targeting the kids. Many of them were asleep when it happened, completely unaware of what was about to unfold. In total, 8 young people were killed. 7 of them were his own. The ages of the children ranged from very young to just entering their preteen years. These were kids who had their entire lives ahead of them, taken in a matter of minutes inside places that were supposed to be safe and by someone whom they called dad. At least one child tried to escape. Reports say a child was later found on a roof, trying to get away from the violence happening below. That detail alone shows just how chaotic and terrifying those moments were. Police were called and it was captured on Ring doorbell.
Oh, so you know they captured other stuff too. Dang. Mm-mm-mm. Man, what the hell? I don't know where Tussa Crowns got that info from. Could or could not be. Right.
Images of him running away from the home was also captured.
Many ingredients that might benefit stacked in cheese.
It's something. It's something.
The insurance companies delays claims, claims means nonsense. It's go time, team. I'm attorney Ken Nugent. My experience team at the bar. It comes to when rightfully begun. We don't work for things to happen. We make them happen.
By the time it was over, multiple homes had become crime scenes, and the person responsible was still on the move. After the attacks, Shamar fled. Police say he carjacked a vehicle and attempted to escape. That turned the situation from a domestic tragedy into an active manhunt. Law enforcement moved quickly, tracking him down and confronting him. During that confrontation, officers shot him. He later died from his injuries.
Police identified that man as Shamar Elkins right here on the screen. He is accused of shooting 10 people, 10 children. Police say Elkins was the father of 7 of those children. An officer shot and killed.
They laid over them, yeah.
Another woman believed to be his girlfriend. Both of them are in the hospital with serious injuries.
There was a police briefing about
Laid
the
over. You
incident.
think it's it? Well,
It ain't the
dang.
ranges of the proceedings are for 1 years of age to the person. All of the proceedings in this case are the individual responsible for what's leading this scene. Was on a carjacking right here in close proximity to the corner of West 79th and Langwood, at which point in time, Shreveport Police Patrol officers got behind that vehicle. They chased it. The vehicle was chased into Bossier Parish, and at which point in time, Shreveport police officers did discharge their firearm, and that individual is deceased. We do believe them to be the only individual that fired gunshots at these locations here. He is deceased, and Louisiana State Police will be taking over that portion of which the Shreveport police officers discharged their firearms. So we don't have any more information on the shooting that occurred at Logan. What we can tell you is this is a domestic disturbance here in the Freedom City.